How everybody doing tonight? How everybody doing? How everybody doing? Welcome back. I guess I might end up changing this from LB show review to LB wrestle view. Nah, show review because I want to do other stuff, but I don't know. Nah, wrestle view sound hard, so I'm gonna do LB's wrestle view. So anticipate the changes coming, of course. I've been gone for so long. How's everybody been? I hope y'all been praying. I hope y'all been eating good. I hope everybody made $1 million in the last 6 months. You know how that go. Shit, I wish I had $1 million, but shit, if you got it, loan me $1. You know. All right, so what I wanted to discuss today, we done had a bunch of freaking wrestling over the summertime from my last video I made. I think right before Rollins got hurt. I think I did the video of him being hurt and saying how Sami Zayn should win the belt or some shit. So now a lot has happened. A lot has changed. They switched up a lot, and Seth got hurt, broke his shit. He broke it at Saturday night's main event. Not Braun and them fucking him up. They just had to write cuz off. I get it. Gotta do what you gotta do. So with that being said, with Seth being out, now it's to look what they're gonna do next, and they went with giving CM Punk his title reign. Now, yay! Now we can all be happy about Punk, and you got a special guest in Butler. My apologies. He wanted to go ahead and talk more than me. Man. CM Punk got his title run going right now, which is okay. I'm not mad at it. Honestly, Jey Uso shouldn't have been in the match with him at Saturday night's main event for the title. It should have been, if I was gonna say anybody, it should have been Braun Breaker. Or if we want to go with the running thing with Bronson Reed of him beating Roman, because you know he got that Victor on Cuzzo. He could have decided he wanted to challenge for the title this time. He like, Braun, I respect you. You know how they've been talking lately. Braun, I respect you, but right now I am running on a hot streak from beating Roman Reigns out of everybody. Roman freaking Reigns. I want the gold right now. As long as the gold comes back to the vision and we on the same page, that's all that matters. He should have went for the Saturday night's main event match. He could have even lost the match against CM Punk, and it still would have made sense in storytelling, all that good jazz, because the Usos could have helped out CM Punk win, stopping Braun Breaker from doing whatever he was gonna do, and then after Bronson Reed lost in the match, they could have went back to the drawing board and said like, all right, we definitely need a third person or whatever, and now they go on a look, they go to find their next person, and instead of it being Logan Paul, instead of it being Logan Paul, I honestly think I would have went down the road of Austin Theory, but I think they just so cold on bro, they not trying to do it. So you know who else I go get and bring up from NXT, or I go bring from SmackDown? If I was to look at NXT, I would probably go get Tony D'Angelo and Stack and put with the group, because using those two as a mouthpiece in a sense, and to also take like certain hits that you don't want Braun and Bronson taking, it kind of makes sense in that regard, because they want to learn from Paul Heyman and all this stuff, and you see more interaction between Paul Heyman and Tony D'Angelo. It could have actually worked, and you still keep that mob style shit going on. But I feel like Stack ain't with cuz, so Tony D'Angelo coming up and riding off and doing that with Paul Heyman and Braun Breaker and all that makes sense, and you get him into the Intercontinental title picture all in one swoop, and he like can blossom into whatever the fuck you want them to be. If I'm gonna go to the next thing, I want to say you got the World Heavyweight title picture going on, which we've been discussing so far, how that story could have went way better. Who else could have been? I really felt Tony D'Angelo, but if I want to go mouthpiece and looking like a piece of the future and sticking to what they like a little bit, I would have tried to get Ricky Saints to join a group. Ricky feel like a good fit. Ricky Saints and Braun Breaker actually seem like a decent situation. Yeah, because he bring that charisma, and Braun Breaker already bring the strong attitude, whatever. You know, he all that all that macho madness. So I could definitely see that. I could have definitely seen Ricky Saints in the group, or if they really wanted to, they could have catapulted either Charles Dempsey or Miles Bourne, or maybe even both of them, because they keep giving Miles Bourne the Randy outlook like he gonna be the next up. So I do want to see how that plays out for him. However, if they was to call some guys up to say, hey, we want them to take bumps and do whatnot and actually, get theirs off, maybe win tag titles, or like somebody get an Intercontinental title run for a second, I feel like Charles Dempsey and Miles Bourne would have been a good fit for that too. Underneath Paul Heyman, Dempsey a second generation superstar underneath William Regal's family. Miles Bourne just got the look of Randy from back in the early 2000s, like bald head Randy. So late 2000s for real. He actually can go in the ring. Like honestly, that might be the Saturday night's main event match that needs to happen. But that goes cool. I feel like the Paul Heyman in that group, the Vision, I feel like they're gonna need a new name. I want them to have a new name now. Because really, if you look at what they did, they really just pulled a Judgment Day and got rid of the guy that started the group. a la homage to Edge, which is kind of cool, but you know how that goes. So, on to the next part of that. If I'm going to go to SmackDown and I'm looking at the title picture and I'm looking at the WWE Championship, that shit looks so dry. I remember Attitude Era. I remember Ruthless Aggression Era. And I remember PG Era. Each of those eras at least had 5 viable people that can go for the top titles at any given time. And it always would still make sense. Just a little bit. It was crazy. Sometimes it didn't make sense at all. And we like, what the fuck is going on? But it was always somebody that you always consider could be the next champion. This day and age, we don't got that. Yeah, you got some up and comers. You got all up and comers on SmackDown, bro. And it's like, I understand where y'all at. Y'all like Cody holding the belt. He fits the image y'all like. But this is wrestling, bro. Niggas gotta get gnarly sometime, cause like when it come to getting the 1-2 in and doing what they gotta do and making the storyline make sense and making sure the outcomes really will fit what needs to happen. Cause let's be real, Cody should have lost a couple times. It's not that we asking for our guy to win all the time, but when we're looking at the storyline and we're looking at what's going on and we're looking at who needs what more, we're saying that, okay, if this person eats this loss, it's going to hurt him longer in the long run. And they still go with it. Like, honestly, they didn't kill Drew in my eyes. I don't see Drew holding the fucking World Heavyweight title or the WWE Championship. Like, bro should just leave again and go to TNA or go to AEW and hold their fucking title and raise their stakes up and do it how he wants to. other than sitting here and dealing with this bullshit. Because why are you just getting put in a title picture just to fucking lose? They literally just have, bro is 0-10. Bro is 0-10 or 0-15 in title matches. Drew has literally had, I will say, a title match at least every 3 months for either the World Heavyweight title or the WWE title. And when Roman held it, oh my God, that's the only person they could really feel like was giving him a match if it wasn't Brock. Like, everybody else was like cannon fodder, except for Kevin Owens. And that's because Kevin Owens and him and Roman Reigns, they had a storyline going on with them, between them two, for fucking ages. Dealing with Drew McIntyre and how much he's been losing and stuff, bro, I'm surprised he hasn't said, you know what, I'm done with this shit. Like, cause man, it feel like there's just disrespect at this point. You gave me I had a title reign during the pandemic. I literally had to look at fans through a fucking screen instead of the fans looking at me through a screen. It was wild. Bro deserves his fucking chance underneath the sun to be able to wrestle in front of his fans with the championship. At least one title defense with the mother. You know what I'm saying? They don't love Drew. They don't love Drew at all. They playing that man face every chance they get. He should have been a champion. Now, I do like what they got going on a little bit with Aleister Black, but let's be real, bro. They could have kept Karrion Kross. They hold, bro. They did him dirty in the aspect of he going out his way to make the business better, to be a authentic wrestler, to be all in on his gimmick. Yet he gets set down and made to lose these important matches. But we remember Karrion Kross when he was badass, when he was a bully, straight bully on NXT. I'm talking about you couldn't beat this man for that title. It was damn near world news when Karrion Kross lost the NXT title to Keith Lee. That's how big that shit was, because Karrion Kross carried that belt. Honestly, in my eyes, second to Obafemi is Karrion Kross when it comes to the strongest NXT champions they done had. I was saying strongest. Like, the way they're booked, the way the matches go, how they interact with the fans, how they do their promos, everything. He had it down there. That's what makes me so scared for the guys that's in NXT now, and how they able to work the mic, how they able to breathe, how they do. And then they got to go up to SmackDown or Raw, and they try to limit them so much. They gotta, hopefully they understand that they farm system, because that's what it really is. NXT Evolve and all that shit is a farm. LFG is all a farm system. As long as they follow their farm system the same way that these people were doing down there, they can do just as well up here. Like, I need Obafemi coming in. Haru, you're talking to the ruler, the king. He needs to have the moniker, the man that beat John Cena in his final match. And you think you can mess with me? Like, bro, he needs that kind of link up with this, bro. Oba is gonna go crazy. He just needs to jump right into the world title picture like Brock Lesnar. There's no waiting on it. No trying to say he needs to be a mid-card champion first. None of that shit. No, he's not that. He's not mid-card division. Like, you putting him down there with fucking Crab and the Burrow motherfuckers right now. Put him up there with the fucking stars and let him go sit with the fucking stars where he needs to be. This breakout tournament, this tournament for Cena's last match, he needs to win this whole thing. Out of everybody. If Oba's in this shit, if they got Obafemi in this shit for real, he needs to win. He needs to fight Gunther too. Like Obafemi versus Gunther in the quarterfinals or semifinals or conference finals before the match with Cena, that needs to happen on live TV. Oh, man, box office, and then it got to be the main event. Cause think about it, bro. Obafemi gonna walk in there and like, okay, picture this, right? You got Michael Cole on the announce table. You got Corey Graves, maybe what's my boy name? Corey Graves and Wade Barrett. You got all three of them on commentary, right? Boom. That's the commentary team for the night. We done had an opening match, decent. I'm not saying who it is because I don't really care about that. I gotta get to the main event. We get through everything, 2 hours. Whoa. We get 15 minutes uninterrupted. 15 minutes uninterrupted. A straight bangers. But you know how they gotta do. It gotta be like the first 5 minutes, 7 minutes. They gotta do they walk in, and they gotta do an announcer. I need the announcer to go ahead and say something for this match. Whew, whew, whew. Hear me out. So Gunther come out. He do his whole dun, 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 dun. And then Gunther, and then she start walking down, do his whole introduction. Everybody talk about how Gunther was an Intercontinental Champion for 666 days. He was the World Heavyweight Champion for close to a year. For 6 months or however long he was World Heavyweight Champion before he got dethroned. And then they say he retired Goldberg, and they say he's on the quest now to retire John Cena. Then the lights dim. Once they finish the whole introduction with Gunther, the lights dim, right? Now you got that doo-doo. However Obafemi music go, but it just everybody in the crowd automatically just feeling it, cause just off how he moves, you going with it, and then you watch Oba come out, he do the whole like at the beginning, he looking around and stuff like he amazed. This the big time. This one of them. This main event. Instantly main event breakout moment right there. Just him versus Gunther alone. But we gotta go through this match. Cause when I tell you, it's gonna be a fucking war. These two men can go. Okay? These two men can wrestle. I'm for sure certain that Gunther has a 45 to 65 minute match in his arsenal. And I'm pretty sure at this current stage of where Obafemi's wrestling credentials is at, he can at least go 30 minutes. Like naturally in the ring with another opponent. I just need 15. I need a strong 15, maybe 25 if you include the commercial ads and shit. We need this match to go on for a minute, but we need that introduction. And I need it to be from old girl that be down there like that did the introduction for Cody, whoever the hell she is with the spikes. I love her though. We need her to hit one of those. Ladies and gentlemen, this match is the semi-finals match, and the last time is now. Intercontinental Tournament match. Intercontinental Tournament Championship Tournament. Woo. Say it like that, you know what I'm saying? And then she hit him with the in the right corner at approximately 275 pounds. At this overalling height of 6'4", Gunther. And in the left corner, standing at 6'4", 325 pounds, based out of Nigeria, if I'm not mistaken, it's Nigeria, or I think he really Alabama. I don't know. Based out of somewhere. Oba family, bro. Crowd hype behind the scenes and shit. I need that. The camera to start shaking like when Vince McMahon was about to whoop somebody's ass and the whole crowd erupted heavy and shook every single thing in there because they was that loud. I need that shit to shake just like that. And if it don't, it's a waste. I'm telling you. Oba needs that's the main event energy. Oba needs that. And he needs to win off rip. And he needs to go against Cena. He needs to go against Cena at that Saturday night's main event and win. Point blank period. Win. He needs to win that Intercontinental title off of him. And he needs to tell people it's an open challenge for this title. If you want some, come get some. He needs to do all that extra shit. You know what I'm saying? That way it sparks off that shit. You feel me? Like, and it puts him in a whole different atmosphere now because he already beat Cena. So whenever he drops this title, drops the Intercontinental title, he can do whatever he chooses with it. If he decides that he's ready to go for that World Heavyweight title, it shouldn't take more than 2 months. He needs to lay down the challenge. If it's Jey Uso, he needs to come off. Jey Uso, you had the title for long enough. I gave you a long enough time. I did my errands. I paid my dues. Come 4 weeks from now, I'm taking the title from you. And there's nothing you can do about it. And walk away. That's just where I'm looking at it. That's why I see it. Bro can really cook. I'm saying, y'all let bro cook, he gonna cook. So, Oba needs to win. Oba needs to go to Saturday night's main event, win that against John Cena in his last match. That puts him instantly in the freaking main event picture. And the way they do it is the right person to do it. This is the second coming of Brock Lesnar. Don't be a fucking fool. Just hopefully he don't do too many crazy things like Brock did. Love you though, Brock. I ain't saying shit. G's to the end. But Trick as well. Trick Williams needs to have the first match of the night on Saturday's night main event. And not only that, I might want it to be a tag team match where he actually debuts with Carmelo Hayes, as Carmelo Hayes using him as a surprise tag partner and stuff, whatnot. So Melo and Trick on the main roster running the tag team division on SmackDown, it kind of makes sense. But if they don't go that route, if I'm gonna do Trick Williams opening match on Saturday night's main event, who am I calling? Cause it gotta be somebody that damn near could take the job, but it'd be like, it's not a job match. You know what I'm saying? Like the person ain't getting jobbed out, but bro gonna get majority of his hits in. He gonna have a nice little showing type shit. Who could really take that? If I was to put Trick up against anybody on Saturday night's main event, walking in, I'm doing Dominic Mysterio. Nah, cause Trick heel. If he wasn't heel, I'd do Dominic. But since he heel, I can't do it. I gotta look over where I'm at. AJ Styles. It made sense. Hear me out. Pete Game. Nobody didn't think about this. AJ Styles versus Trick Williams at Saturday night's main event makes the most freaking sense in the world due to they had that run in at TNA while Trick was still the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. So if y'all want to make an actual storyline out of it and you want Trick to call his ass out at Saturday night's main event and that be his debut match onto the main roster, he go to SmackDown, he go to Raw, whatever. That's him showing his face to the world, and then you play that whoop that, whoop that. You feel me? And he got to keep his music, got to keep all that good stuff because you gonna mess up Trick, or if you try to take that music away, that's probably why he ain't came up yet. And here I got Last Legend up there. Unless y'all gonna make some mixed tags titles after a while, man, they need to make a 6-man title. But that's another story for another day. Trick needs to go ahead and win that first match. Bar none. He needs to win that first match. If I'm going, I almost said Dominic Mysterio. And I can't do the Americana. Alright, pick somebody. I'm trying to think of another person. Because you got AJ Styles. That's a storyline already set up. Because debut match against AJ Styles when AJ Styles talking about retiring too. That's kind of a good look for him. And then Oba winning that next one. That's a great look for him. I can actually rock with that for him. Like that's, especially he wins that one. He has to win against AJ. I'm sorry, AJ, I love you, but Trick need that look more than you do right now. Especially coming up into the main roster. Yes, he needs that. We need the Fandango versus Chris Jericho this shit. Coming out, boom. That's what he doing. We ain't wasting time. Man, I feel like I said a lot. I feel like I didn't say enough. However, this is what y'all got for tonight. I'll see y'all later. Y'all stay blessed. Make sure y'all pray, repent, and kick it. Stay safe. Stay peaceful. Bless.